With YouTube Music Premium, listen to ad-free songs, even when you're offline or on the go.
I'm gonna have to disconnect my Wi-Fi.
And podcasts, and create personalized playlists anytime, anywhere. Try 1 month free.
Hit my head, it's gonna be any chance of a clutch change. No, we're doing a head gasket, so we are gonna be rebuilding the engine. The chance of me hitting my head, all-time high, so I'm gonna be going underneath, so stay tuned. Fair play. What car is it? A 2015 GMC Sierra. We're starting a 50-hour drive on this GMC Sierra. Yes, sir. Idea was to not bring this flashlight, but yeah, need to be able to see. Yo Yoshi, can you handle that message for me? Mission was a success, only casualty was my thumb. I smashed it on that. Fat guy playing with RC cars in a random stream before this that everyone calling Mr. Oinky and Pigman. That's not very nice. Thanks, Pale Tail. What's going on, man? Let's see if I missed anything else. Thanks, Pale, you a real one, for stopping by again. We just got the manifolds off. We about to move back up top and start unbolting these heads. Hard work while people at Congress pay hundreds of dollars for pulling the controller. Yeah. I don't do politics on this stream. Not that that's political, I'm just saying. I try not to put my opinion in the world because my opinion is not like valid opinion. I'm just some guy. I mean, I guess like a valid opinion for the blue collar of America, but I don't stand for everybody. You know, it's like maybe some people feel the way I do, but I can't speak for everybody, and that's why we're supposed to elect representatives to speak for us, but obviously that's not going the greatest right now. That's all I'll say. Neutral is the best for your content, and it's exactly where I'm at. I stay right in the middle. I just work on cars, man. I just fix cars.
Enjoyed our free videos. The YouTube music. One subscription.
What's going on, chicken? God bless America. 100 channels, soon a million. Very close. I'm about to hit the milli, I think. I think hopefully this weekend if I can post a couple good shorts. But yeah, or if this live stream does really good, it'd be cool too. Thank you guys for everybody joining in. Doing head gaskets on a 2015 Sierra, lifters and a cam and heater core. Chevy lifter always getting stuck. You got it. That is it. What's going on, Mar? Thanks for joining. Whoa, my boy! Whoa, my boy! I keep that thing on me, dog! You can't just be walking in here unannounced, my boy! Dude, I keep that Glock 19 on me, dog! What you thinking walking in here unannounced? My coworker just showed up. We got laser pointers on our flashlights. And we'll point them at each other across the shop at random times and be like, yo, I keep that blicky on me, dog. I'm gonna go see what he's doing. still has 45 hours to go on this job. On break again. Why aren't you done yet? Move it. You got to, bro. On break again. Hello. What's going on, Mario? Douglas, it's Saturday. I take a lot of breaks, man. We ain't working a normal schedule on Saturday. But thanks for joining in and watching. Appreciate you, dude. I mean, I've only been here an hour. I've gotten the exhaust off, manifolds off, all the push rods and rocker arms off, and all the electrical disconnects. And all the fuel disconnect. Well, almost all the fuel disconnect. I'm doing pretty good. I just realized all you guys had was a view of hindsight. But I also just realized that I left my flashlight all the way underneath this damn truck. Don't see it? That's fucked up. Can you see it in there? That's fucked up. And I gotta grab it, because if it dies under there, it'll be there forever. Hear the message. Don't want to see his ass. Fair enough, Matt. My bad. Fuel line tool. It's not on purpose, we're seeing product lights. Dude, I bought like a $200 snap-on light. It's flat, like 4 separate lights, super bright, all black. But it's like super flat, only an inch thick, and first time I ever used it. Didn't even have it paid off yet. I had it underneath the truck on a frame. It was at the end of the day, it died, and I didn't grab it, and drove out with the truck, totally forgot about it. Used it one time, and I didn't even have it paid off yet. I was so damn pissed. Get you a metal set of these fuel line clips and never fight with a fuel line again. Those plastic ones are garbage. These were $6 for the set of 4 that I got. Oh yeah, buddy. Plus, they're fun to play with. Them on AliExpress, a pack of 12 for $100. They're the same name as Manifold Cyl. Exactly. Exactly.
Sometimes the learn a bit scary. Watch YouTube and it's really
Hello, Sean Stripper. God, dude, I wish I was as good of a fighter as Strickland. That'd be sweet. Like, better person. But as good of a fighter? Oh, boy. Ain't nobody could tell me nothing. Nobody could tell me nothing, dude, if I could fight like Strickland. Oh, shit. I mean, like, I could fight. Don't get me wrong. I've done MMA. But, like, I wouldn't even consider myself an amateur fighter. I've just trained and done a couple tournaments. So it's like, oh yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Anyway, you just watched me fantasize about my UFC dream. Thanks for that random. anybody who's ever taken those off know how much of a pain those can be sometimes. People don't know, but Strickland is amazing in jiu-jitsu too. He is. I think he like has mostly done no gi, but I'm pretty sure he's like a 3rd stripe blue belt, which I mean still takes like 5 years. Better put a rag on them holes also. Fair enough. The heads are coming off, or I would. Yep, I would say they were leaking. Look at that. That thing smoked. They were on a bolt. Alright, now we're gonna unbolt these heads and get them out of here. This part sucks because they're having the alternator under here too. Oh, I gotta get the alternator out first. Stop dropping bolts. Tony Ferguson downfall sucked. Did that fight with the influencer already happen? It sucks to watch his that brain damage really take effect on him. It makes me sad. Although at the same time, dude also did beat the shit out of his wife and got a lot of bunch of domestic violences and shit. But, I don't know. I'm nobody to speak on that. I'm not perfect either. Not that I hit women, but... Yeah, that's 100%. And you've seen the same thing with, who is it, Anthony Richardson? One hell of an athlete, hell of a ball player, but Yeah, anything you're interested in. Right? Football player, Chris Bennett. Yeah. Sucks, man. That's quite literally getting killed from the inside out, like your brain is going to that. I can't imagine that. That sounds horrible. Yo, 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 make this face, please. Are you talking about my tooth? Blew it out when I was 18. Punched myself in the face with a sheet metal magnet. Pulling it off of the iron shears. And I was in welding class and our magnet was broken. Normally they had 2 plungers. And a tech's got a new job already. That sucks. Gosh. Well, at least you got a new one. But anyway, the plungers, normally you can unscrew them to demagnetize the magnet. Well, ours was broken, you couldn't unscrew them, so you had to pull with all your force to get it off. Well, we got a new one, and I didn't realize that it was new. And it was turned all the way off, and I pulled with all my force and blew this one and this one out. And the implant lasted for like 10 years, but it just fell out, so I gotta get a new one. Criticite.
On 2,500 frames per second, explosive cinematic poetry. Watching neon fires, I watch the sunrise that score. Some things belong on the big screen. Watch YouTube on TV.
Trying to make a plan here. I gotta get the AC compressor out, and I just bought a brand new AC belt on there. And get them things off, so about a bitch. Normally you just cut them. I lost all my front teeth and broke my jaw in a motorcycle crash. Got 9 teeth. That's crazy. I was going That sucks, dude. Like a dirt biking accident or a road bike. I used to race motocross. I love racing, but broke my collarbone 3 times, my left wrist 3 times, my right wrist twice. My elbow. That's fractured. Lost a kidney and half my liver. Damn. You good, bro? I should have known by your name. You have some more sport bike. We'll potentially have like a Gixxer or something. Wow, look at that. I called the Gixxer 750. My cousin had a 750. Those things are dope. And I got my front tooth chipped, and my wife knocked me out with my iPad while laying in bed. Just whacked the pad in my face otherwise. ×3 ACL injury surgery. Dude, that's a crazy ass story. Like, did you go to court? That's what you say. That's awesome. We got to work, man. Thank you, Dan. Appreciate you stopping by. I have a Ducati V4, this is a WK, RS. It's expensive bike. I have a bicycle. Doing a valve cover? No, I'm doing head gaskets. Head gaskets, lifters, cams, and a heater core. Thanks for stopping by, Oklahoma Gym. Pretty much redoing this route. And we're still getting married. Well, good luck with that, Sasquatch. No saving for an e-bike. Pretty cool. $5.3, yes sir, Dan. Same job that I did before, just a new truck. Valve cover is a good job. See if I can't
For
just
using premium, you can
it's a
add
hot one
batteries,
stays hydrated, cool
and
head.
in the background.
Thanks,
But you
Dan.
already knew
That's
that.
funny.
If
He
you want to
was
sign
in here
out, you
earlier.
can listen to your favorite
He might
songs
still be in here now,
ad-free
but he
with
dropped a
no
message
music.
earlier. I would go
That's
live,
right.
but I'm ugly
One
looking.
subscription,
You don't have to be pretty to go live.
and you
Auto
can
can just
automatic
provide
downloads to your
provide
favorite
value.
videos
Auto
behind the
repair is
media.
the best. Agreed,
Plus,
it is.
you can seamlessly
Don't
switch
care what you look
devices
like.
to
I'm sure.
continue watching
Agreed.
videos
Yeah,
from
just
the
provide
media.
value in your
Hey,
live
listen,
streams, and
come
people
back
will
to
come.
YouTube Premium.
I imagine most of the people in here, well, my analytics tell me that 98% guys watch my stuff. And I don't think they watch it because I'm attractive. So, just some food for thought for you if you ever wanted to give her a try. Hi, Kicker. Thanks, Squad. I appreciate you. Plus, I talk crap and I don't get any views. It's a waste of time. I don't know. It took me, like, I think the first 2 weeks of streaming, I got like 10 concurrent viewers total. And then I had one really good stream, and since then, I mean, I've had decent traction, but yes, how to pay and try. YouTube app is weird. They might recommend you and have lots of random passing by and probably subscribing. Yeah, I got like a general base that comes and keeps watching my live stream, but I definitely get a lot of people that just come through, drop a subscribe, and leave. But, yeah, man, just gotta be consistent with it. But if that ain't your thing, that's cool too. how long the thing was. That's good. 8,000 a lot. Whoa. Didn't do that. I have 300 videos. Oh, that's pretty awesome auto cam. Nice. My channel gets better, more popular by the day. I'm happy for you. Thank you, Dan. I appreciate that. YouTube can't trick me. It's a scam. I had another channel with 40,000 subscribers, and YouTube deleted the channel in 2000. Since 2005, I was an original YouTuber before Google. I'm going to eat. See you later, AutoCan. Thanks for hanging out, man. Why is it still so tight? There's a fucking bolt in it. Come down. I don't have the key. You could have been rich, AutoCan. Could have been.
Watch things for things or features like key codes, YouTube TV, tons of podcasts on your time.
Wow, I'm getting pretty hungry too, honestly. Breaking loose for the real ratchet. String, super motor. the hole. Alright, we gotta step up our game. It appears my socket has disappeared, so I'm gonna have to find that. These people, this is really sounds tricky. That's funny shit. That's funny shit. Super special Sean Strickland Saturday stream. I'm really throwing my hair back out. I ain't letting you guys keep making fun of me. Sean Coolants Strickland. So Yoshi, like 2 weeks ago, everybody was in here flaming me about my head. It was when I first cut my hair. And somebody comes in here and goes, I need you to drop that head routine. Trying to get my head to look like yours. And it was pale tail. But every stream that I have, he comes in and tells me I have a cool head. And I tell him that it's making me self-conscious to start wearing a hat. Oh my God! Alright, I'm getting in there. That's no strength. ever tighten that down, fuck you and your mother. Oh my goodness. That's what he said. Okay, I'm getting it. Prepare yourself. God, it's like 90 degrees in here. It's freaking hot. I got inside the same way you're showing us. I'm gonna need you to get me a video tutorial, Yoshi. Wait. Never mind. Is it lunchtime yet? It is 12:55 Eastern Standard. I don't know if I'm going to take lunch today. I might just try to bust this out. And I got a little work to do on a different truck, but that was just going to be a favor, so I don't know if I'm going to get that. Oh, that's the worst. That's the elbow I broke too. That's crazy. He's literally sitting inside the engine. Whew. Oh. Why do they keep pausing my music? Can't they tell I'm in an engine bay? If I ever make partner, that's gonna be my first complaint. Huh? Huh? How does that even happen? Still works. I'm about to wrap some tape around that. Yeah, buddy, So it turns out the music didn't pause, my laptop just broke. So that sucks. No radio, the background music is necessary for optimal stream experience. Agreed. Agreed. That will be fixed for the weekday stream. Forgot I didn't drain the coolant. Here on GMC Sierra. What car do you drive? Me, I drive a Dodge Journey. Beat up Dodge Journey. Happy Saturday, Sherry. How are you? I just spilled coolant everywhere. a metal gasket. Hard work don't pay, it's pain. I don't know. I get paid pretty good. You're going to need a lot of drugs to end pain when you get old like me. Better this than having your car worked on. A 18-year-old at the dealership charging you $5,000. It's true. I am a lot more affordable and I take a lot more pride in my work. I also try to take care of my body because I used to do a lot of high-impact sports and deal with a lot of arthritis and back pain already, so a lot of stretching, a lot of massages, a lot of chiropractic. Just try to keep my body bodying. You know what I mean? Alright, I can't stall. I gotta pick this thing up out of here. I'm already on a lot of opioids for destroying my body and motorcycle crash. It's fair. Make sure you have health care. It's true too. A 13 on the back of this for a ground. Still go. Sorry, I was just inspecting the head for any damage. There's some more plastic than my ex-girlfriend. It's true. Take the condom. I don't want you, ex-girlfriend. It's true. This all looks pretty good. This was more of like a tear apart to see what's going on type of a deal, because this misfiring. They look pretty good. That's not the whole reason we tore it apart. Which vehicle is GMC Sierra? My left brakes don't look collapsed on this side, and that is the DOD lifter in back too. But I guess active fuel management displacement on them, man. Either way, whatever you want to call it. Normally that's what fails and it's collapsed, and this one is. So that makes me nervous. And I really like GMC 1500. Like at my shop that I'm at right now, I don't want to say lead tech, but I'm like the most experienced besides one other guy, but we're all flat rate. And the shop owner, he's a master mechanic, but like I asked him for help on this thing like 3 different times, and he couldn't even tell me how to figure out what's going on. Like I've had to do it all on myself, so I don't know. That's the tough part of this career. Like the next phase of it is hard to learn, and also like not a ton of people know it, so it's hard to have somebody teach you it. But I don't want to say that, yeah, it's definitely this and it's not this, or yeah, it's definitely that and it's not that. So now that I'm at this point, we get to see it, we know that everything's going on. I think I'm just gonna leave it. Trying to rack my brain. I can't think of it's the hard part of mechanics diagnosing the problem, that's for sure. Sherry, Yoshi, and Dan, you guys are my 3 mods. You guys are, well, Chantal, my cousin, is my 4th, but you guys are real ones, and I appreciate you guys. And for hanging out in almost all my streams, you know, giving me somebody to chat with. The real ones. Thank you, and God bless. So thank you guys. Dagestan. Every time I hear Dagestan, I just think of Khabib. Send your kids 2-3 years Dagestan. 2-3 years. So fun. Be right back. Crazy mountains. Oh, Dagestan in the house. I love Dagestan. let things get a little messy. Plug the flashlights in. Overtime on Saturday. Welcome back to the super stream. Well, made it back to the stream. A lot of things get messy. Oh yeah. You know it's Sherry. Overtime on Saturday. All day, every day, man. I think I'm about to call it. Like 20 minutes though. We're gonna finish getting everything plugged in and ready for Monday. And I mean, I gotta talk to my boss on this because the rest of it is like a little over my head past my experience level as far as like the diagnostic portion goes, and I don't want to mess up on it. I don't want to diag it as something it's not, replace parts that doesn't need bones. So it's got a lifter tick and a misfire on 7 and 5. Head gaskets were already done, so I pulled the heads back off, did the lifters, put it all back together, and now it's still missing. The lifter tick's gone, but now it's got a misfire on 7 and 5. I had a small fuel leak. I did an injector drop pressure test, so I had a small fuel leak on bank 1, replaced all them O-rings, put it all back together, and then I had a small leak on bank 2, and I haven't changed those yet, and I'm just, I don't know, I'm kind of at my wit's end on this one, man. And I just, at this point, I'm working on it for free, and it just doesn't work for me anymore. I'm working on it for free on a Saturday when I could be spending time with my wife and kid, so it's like, I don't know, that's the boss's job, that's not my job. That's the cost of doing business, so if that is what it takes to work here, then I probably won't work. But anyway, I gotta go plug all my flashlights in and stuff. I'll give your wife and your kids. Yeah, got more experience than me on cars. Appreciate it, Bones. I love working on it. No, this is going backwards on this truck because I already put it all back together and it still has that misfire. And I'm paid on commission, so this whole job will only pay, well, not only, it'll pay 43 hours altogether. And I'm like 56, 57 hours into it already. So I've already got about 10 to 15 hours that are unpaid. And every extra minute I work on it's unpaid. And I keep asking my boss for help, and he's just not giving me any sort of assistance. He told me to call Identifix and ask for help or do this test, and then he walks away. And yeah, that's that flat rate shit, yeah. So, I'm just pissed off, and at this point, it's like, I don't know, I'll find a new job before I deal with this much longer. Mechanics are way, way, way too in demand for me to deal with this. I agree. But he's a really good salesman, so he's good at turning the issue around onto everybody else. That's why car mechanics are getting out of that work. That's 100%. AutoCAN, I'm working on doing my own thing. That's the goal through this YouTube, is that it can give me kind of an avenue out of the normal shop environment and doing my own thing. And actually kind of like, I don't know, doing stuff the right way. You could sell with low prices, exactly. Look for an hourly rate place. I've worked at a couple hourly rate places. I don't mind it. It's just, I don't know, most hourly rate places don't do the kind of work that I'm getting into, like the heavy engine repair, the advanced diagnostics and stuff like that. And that's like that's the next phase for me in my mechanic career. So I gotta be somewhere that actually does it so I can learn it. Does your boss know your channel? Watch out, he can be watching. He knows I stream. I don't care if he's watching. I find a job in a day if I get fired. I hope I don't get fired. I do like working here. That's why I'm here on a Saturday for free. I really like working for him, but I can't do this. Very true, Yosh. Yeah, he's true. Yeah, he's a really good guy. Like, I got nothing wrong with him. It's just, I don't know. It doesn't make sense analytically. I've had over 1 million mechanic jobs. Do cars not have troubleshooting instructions? Yes and no. I mean, like, so this truck has a P0307, which is basically just cylinder 7 misfire detected. AutoCAN, that is the goal. That is the goal. You can do 10 a year in my state, and I want to make content on the ones that I buy and sell. And you really need a breakthrough. He works every day. I'll get there, Sherry. I don't mind working hard. But yeah, that's the goal, AutoCAN. And buy them, fix them the right way so that they're actually reliable and people can drive them for hundreds to thousands of miles and make content on them. Yo! I think somebody just walked in. That's all. I just am hearing things, I guess. Hang in there. Sorry you're dealing with this, man. I will. I appreciate that, Grateful Jay. I'm a rich kid. Spark plug dirty is at the distributor, so it's direct injected. Fuel injectors instead of fuel injectors and coils and spark, like coil wires, spark plugs, coil packs instead of a distributor. To them in secret on reverse psychology. No, that's not who I am, man. I'm very upfront and open about my issues. You're awesome, my friend. You got that. But anyway, back to them bones. So spark plugs are new. I've tested the spark gap between the spark plug and the coil to ensure that the PCM is sending the right signal and the right voltage for the spark. Vacuum tested the cylinders and the engine. I have 20-inch pounds of vacuum, no leaks anywhere. I've compression tested it running and cranking, and I have like 80 psi running, 150 psi across all cylinders cranking, so I know that I've got good compression in my cylinders, and it's like every test that I give this thing is passing, so that's really why I'm at the point where I just need help, and it just sucks. I do keep it real, Sherry, 100%. I'm as real as they come. I don't mind it. But yeah, so while I will share my successes, you can kind of see my not mistakes, but failures on this channel as well, and see how I work through them. But for today, I'm gonna go spend the rest of the day with my family and deal with it on Monday. So thank you guys so much. Them bones, maybe injector going bad. I am kind of in that boat. I'm thinking so, but the injectors are kind of expensive, so you tell the AI your car info and everything you've done already, and it will help. I'll try that. I've tried calling one of the like Identifix. It's like a mechanic forum, but they didn't help me at all. You're doing good, man. Don't sweat it. It was like this sometimes. That's for sure. Alrighty, guys. I'm gonna get the rest of my stuff cleaned up. I'm gonna leave this stream going so I can maximize my watch hours. But thank you guys so much for the support and for watching and for hanging out. And yeah, man, I can't thank you enough. I'm live Monday through Friday generally, 8 to 5. So if you guys would like to, feel free to turn the notifications on, subscribe, like, so that you can come back. We appreciate you, brother. God bless. Have a great Saturday with your family. I appreciate you guys so much. Thanks for being awesome mods and just being great people in my streams, man. You're awesome to try to talk to. I'm going to try and watch. I appreciate that, Bones. You too, bud. Have a good one, Sam. Sam! You haven't dropped a message in so long, I forgot you were in here. How's it going, man? Appreciate you, G. Afterward, take care. Alrighty, I will see you guys later. I good, been busy. I believe it. This industry's no joke. Alrighty, that does it for me. I am logging off. Looking to underground machinery, mechanic jobs. Heard a lot of you guys go that route after cars. They say run. I've even heard of us aircraft mechanics going that route. It's a good idea. I've heard that in industrial maintenance and HVAC. I really do enjoy working on cars though. I just don't enjoy the industry. But I don't know. Maybe I'll be the one to change it. That's my goal. Maybe not my goal, but it'd be pretty cool. Never gonna give up. So thank you guys, and I will see you guys bright and early on Monday. Have a good weekend, and God bless y'all. Later.